Hello again, everybody. We are getting into Newkirk Precinct for the final match of this group, but certainly not of the day. It's a long, long way to go. We'll see who gets out of this group last, as Harsum was able to successfully get out first versus ByuL. Big surprise. I'll see if maybe Koss can cause a similar upset. In the bottom rights, as the red Zerg, it is ByuL.
And if this man wins against ByuL here in a best of 3, I'd say it's one of the biggest upsets I've seen in a little while. This is Koss. And there were actually some pretty sick upsets last weekend in Austin. Pretty sick upsets indeed. So Kelazor taking out Snoot, which a lot of people wouldn't have expected. And also taking it all the way to Game 5 against King Arthur himself.
Yeah, Kelazor had a sick run.
Yeah, Kelazor and you know, the guys that basically have been staying in the BaseTradeTV house have leveled up quite a bit. I mean, it was a bit of a shocker to me to see Drogo not do as well, but Major and Kelazor, their time in career really showed at that tournament. Yeah. Kelazor came back a new man, especially. Like, it's the old Kelazor is dead compared to current Kelazor. That is, he's just so good at this game now. Oh my god.
It's really nice to see when that training works out. I know Fear Dragon did an interview with Kelazor talking specifically about his training in Korea. I haven't got around to watching it, but seems that everyone thought Kelazor had nice things to say.
I need to watch Ravi's stuff. Actually, I'm a, as you know, fan. I'm a fan of his stuff. I gotta watch these interviews.
Yeah, did so many of them though.
They're pretty short though, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they were all around 6 to 9 minutes.
Yeah, 69.
69.
All right, so bite-sized, easily done. I could watch those interviews.
Exactly. All right, ByuL has once again gone for the gas pool, I believe. Later hatcheries.
I think so. Yeah, earlier speed. By the looks of things. So this is kind of what ByuL whipped out against Cars and Abyssal Reef and that sort of stuff, but not. Well, actually, a little bit later this time. I'm not sure.
It feels a little bit later than Abyssal Reef, I think. It might have been a pool of gas, to be honest. I wasn't looking, so I'm not sure. But the Reaper gets a lucky find here, so no dealing with these on your SCVs.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very nice for the Reaper. Getting rid of these 2 lings, you don't have to worry about that. CC on the low ground is going to finish unadulted. So the Reaper going to be able to come across the map and get the scouting information as well. Of course, we know that Kaz's Reaper not getting in the main of ByuL, one of the major reasons why he lost his games in their series together. Now, does ByuL go for something a little bit different, or does he go for, hey, I smashed this nerd with my roach timing before, or why don't I just do it again? It's the question I'm just wondering right now. I kind of want ByuL to do the same thing and to watch Kaz adapt.
Right.
I want to. That's what I want to see.
Me too. I mean, I think ByuL, he used it twice, right? And it was both times pretty successful, so I imagine it'll be something along the same lines. Being aggressive, basically, where Koss doesn't expect it. ByuL gets a full scout in the main base, sees the start brawl on the way, and we'll even be able to see if it swaps over.
And it looks like it will swap over, and I really like this from Koss because, you know, this kind of tells the guy to not make roaches.
A little bit, yeah. But ByuL, while he showed roaches, and aggressive roaches too, last time they played, he can play Mutilating Bling. He's certainly not opposed to it, so this Banshee might not be really... I mean, it might be a deterrent for roaches, but not overall.
Overlord getting battered away by the single Marine here. And of course we see Cloak Banshee on the way. Does Kaz do something tricky like cancel Cloak or anything like that? I don't know why he would. There's no reason to... I mean, you know... There's nothing that he can cancel and get instead that would be really, really effective right now, as far as I know. So.
Now, I'm going to let it finish. I mean, you get Cloak, you usually get 2 Banshees as well, just a little bit supply blocked here. Supply was finishing up. ByuL is starting to go for roaches. Like, a Banshee doesn't just absolutely deter you from doing it. It just makes it a little bit scary to go for early pushes, especially as the Banshees will be able to rain down from above. ByuL is also the type of guy that does have, like, not just attacks, like, regular all-ins in his pocket. He also has those queen drops and queen pushes, like some of the weirder players in the other scenes as well. But I don't think he's going to go for this.
Definitely. ByuL's got, he's not a one-trick pony. It's got deep pockets when it comes to those pocket builds. We got those Cloak finishing up now for the Banshees. I think he went... Is that 3 Banshees? No, that's 2 Banshees. He had a supply block.
Oh, take.
Oh, no.
No, it's ByuL. Whoa, okay,
ByuL.
that's the one player I didn't expect.
Korean internet? Question mark?
You're right. Maybe he knocked his computer cord out. Like, this is...
Maybe.
He's not at the Penthouse party, while other people are, and they're the ones that are having internet troubles. So...
Yeah. How far do you need to go to get to the Penthouse, so to speak?
I think top 8 are flown out, but then if you want to travel there yourself, that's obviously what a lot of other players did.
Yeah.
But don't quote me on that.
That's right. And guys, just letting you know that there is also, speaking of TaKeTV, there is still a donation window open, a large donation window open for Home Story Cup, the next one. Mm-hmm. If there's anything you want to ever donate for in your whole life as a StarCraft 2 fan, please make sure the Home Story Cup is the one that you're putting it towards, because that is just the most fun tournament ever.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, and I probably be putting some of my own money into that sooner or later, but...
Game pause.
I was gonna say, like, does he need a moment?
Yeah, we've got to pause here. I think ByuL thought that he was going to drop. He wants to recover from replay. Okay. Well, I mean, you can. It's his prerogative, and he did get hiccuped there because the game came back, and he's like, oh, what? So, fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't apologize, ByuL. It's all good, mate. You have that power as a player to make us do this.
So I'll be the first one to leave. I feel like sometimes players are a little bit paranoid that if they're the first ones to leave, it's like, gotcha! My win now.
Does the rewind feature... I mean, I know that replays are meant to be like fully loaded and good to go. Does that mean that recover from replay is faster now too? Question mark?
Oh, we wish. I'm gonna guess no, though.
Yeah, gotta go ahead and guess that it's not fixed. Well, not fixed so much, but just like made better.
Yeah, that's certainly a frustrating part of the longer games.
Guys, I'm just letting you know out there in chat that I'll very likely have to bounce very soon. I've got a scratchiness that won't go away. I need to have another tea and honey or something like that, and have an early bedtime to rest my throat here. Mm-hmm. I'm a little scratchier than I normally am.
That's a-okay. When do you want to start? 5:05. 5:11. I didn't catch when he almost disconnected.
I feel like it would feel really jarring to come into a replay and not know exactly where you are.
Yeah, so it's kind of up to ByuL. I mean, yeah. I'm acting admin, I suppose, when TaKeTV isn't around, but he's here, so...
Okay. He wants 5 minutes.
Alright.
I think that's fair. It's not like he wants it started over from the beginning again.
Yeah. There'd be no real reason to. I mean, we're just about to see what the builds would look like clashing, but other than that, nothing would really determine one or the other's success. Cos. Okay, he's ready.
It is.
Yeah, there we go. They kind of changed the recover game options, though. That's kind of weird. There's player left,
okay.
Player paused, and end of game available, and then there's a slider now, so... Whoa! Fancy.
We're spoiled.
Yes.
Oh, no, it has not been made better. This is...
Not too much, no.
This is a... That's a load bar, ladies and gentlemen. That's what that is.
Yeah. Of course, they put this up just so you don't see what has happened in the game otherwise. So, if you just went into a replay and fast forward, they'd know everything that each other were doing. That's
yeah. It's I understand why they have it. It's just that as far as I know, I haven't actually used the rewind feature yet, but I'm told that it loads a fully loaded replay that you can skip to any moment of.
Well, let's get the it's game number 1, right?
Yep.
Actually,
first 5 minutes,
it should
first game.
Yeah. I don't. Woo! The countdown is so cool whenever we play, and it's so necessary as well. I don't know why they don't do that for a host of other situations, like entering into a game or unpausing, because usually I have to count down.
I feel like when you're a Terran and the Zerg's getting chitinous plating, there needs to be a countdown clock. It's like a really big one on the top right.
Exactly,
and it
like a
plays that.
doomsday
It plays
timer.
like that Metal Gear music, like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I agree.
Like you're being chased by the bad guy. You guys know what I'm
Well-
talking about. All you guys play Metal Gear.
Of course.
I want that music to play, and I want the clock to get bigger and bigger on the top right corner of the screen as the chitinous plating gets closer.
That'd be a fun
Oh, the
addition.
Hellion run by, getting shut down here by ByuL.
Yeah, but you know, got 7 drones. Even though the queens were on top of it pretty quickly, they just weren't quite fast enough. So I'm not sure ByuL could have done anything better, even earlier. The Banshee just pairs up with the other Banshee in the front too. Nothing to be done in the main base. Thank you to Soli2 for the 31-month resub. It's a long time.
Damn, that is a long-term relationship right there. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
So I can hold a lady that long. Damn.
it's coming on
Well
2
played.
years soon. Oh no,
You know, right?
or 3 years. I can count. I can do math.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. I was gonna say.
Ah.
I don't want to. I don't. Guys, there's 36 months in 2 years. It's her birthday. Don't correct her.
It's damn straight. Of course, the bits still coming in. Thank you very much, guys. You continue to war
Make it
over
rain,
who-
guys. If you think
Yeah.
that, hey, that's enough bits, you're wrong.
It's
Just
never
go,
enough
just
bits.
go, just go crazy. Just let it out.
I mean, if it wasn't 8:30 in the morning, maybe I'd even include a drink for the bits. But you know, it's
Yeah, I mean, before I go today, I'll very likely have to leave after this game. But before I go today, I need to confirm from you that when I get out of bed, there's going to be a all caps email from Zombie Grub saying, "Zombie Grub has gone live for Drunk Ladder stream." In all caps. Because that's when I want to wake up and have my morning coffee to watch. I want to just enjoy that.
I have
Oh,
so
a
much
lot of
stuff to
drone kills
do.
here. Wow, these Banshees are doing so much damage. Even
Yeah.
if they die, that is so much damage.
21 drones just from those Banshees. That was very, very effective. You know, Bill was instantly remaking them as his queen just needing to get into position. So he's like still above 60 drones, very surprisingly. But that was good damage.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't end the game or anything like that, but it's kind of like reset the playing field sort of thing, because Kaz was in a bit of a rough spot there. But, I mean, ByuL's making a lot of links instead of drones right now. Getting those units up because he knows that, you know, his army supply is not very good right now. He's trying to get meters up, but he needs to be safe for now.
He's gotten 2 scouts, I believe, on these medevacs with 2 lings, so he should know exactly where to go to deal with this, and this isn't too scary. As he said, ByuL is missing out on some army supply, but on creep spread he should be fine, as long as he has a couple of banelings. Upgrades start pretty close to Kaz's as well, and Kaz does not have combat shields still, so... Oh!
Oh, big Baneling hits there. Bye-bye Marines.
Surprise, surprise. Not too hot right there. That was supposed to be able to snipe even a few banelings and then pick up entirely if you really did things perfectly.
This is a nice little bit of terrain here to get those siege tanks set up on, and he does manage to get that set up. Cancels the base there. It's a nice move from Kaz. He did take an unfortunate hit to his Marines a few seconds ago, but doing pretty good. His army's very healthy. His third's got some Marines here to be able to battle away these lings. Is it enough, though? I don't know about that.
No, especially without combat shields. The banelings even rolling and could get really good hits on the SCVs. Tank
Whoa.
siege is up, though.
Oh! Oh,
Okay.
God. Only 4 SCVs, not too bad.
Brings the Marine army back, though. Leaves the tanks alone, and that could have been a golden opportunity for ByuL if he had seen it, but did not, and was just depending on banelings, rather, to defend. So now the lings come out, swarm out. Spire is done. Upgrade starts for it as well. Kaz is already on his way to a 4th base, so playing to the long-term TvZ. Interesting.
Impressive. Most impressive. Nice stuff here from Kaz. He's playing a lot stronger in this game than he did against ByuL. I think that TvZ series against Damaga gave him a bit more confidence and a bit to be a bit crisp, because it kind of was a cold start for ByuL. Like, you know, tournament begins, okay. I mean, for Kaz, he's like, tournament begins, okay, I get to play ByuL instantly. You know.
It's not harsh.
Now he definitely looks warmed up. These Banelings could still connect, though. Whoa, they're looking for the Marine cluster, but a nice spread of Marines at the bottom. The top does get taken out. The tanks are alive for now, but too many Banelings.
Yeah.
Kaz gets deflected.
Those backup banelings, though. Yeah, the splits at the top should have been probably better, but I think ByuL just had enough in general, so Kaz could only hope to trade a little bit. doesn't get to kill the 4th base, which is now mining 21 mutas.
Oh,
Jesus.
boy. Jeez.
Suddenly, mutas everywhere.
That bank, though. The bank to make 21 meters at once. And it seemed like he was putting a lot of his gas and bailings as well. It wasn't looking at the production tab. But he had so much gas and bailings that he just really surprised me with the amount of meters that he was making here.
Yeah, I did not realize he was banking that much, especially considering he lost 20 drones early on. And they just fly right into those mutas. There's enough of them to take on 1 medevac's worth, but they're going to need support for 2.
They're loaded up again. The Lings and Banes looking to chase down these metas. ByuL getting very fresh here, way off creep.
They're all together. They're about to have +1. Come with the Lings as well. And Kos's job was not long for this world.
No, he's going to intercept it before he gets into the main.
Oh, dodge a weave.
Oh. Nice little move for these medevacs, getting a couple of their banelings there, but they will go down eventually. Trying to be as effective as possible before they went down. It was inevitable. They did what they could.
Yeah, he also bought a bit more time to get defenses in his main base, but I don't think he thought of that. He was just thinking of killing the banelings, because there's only 2 missile turrets, and it's so much production in the main. Goes to the 3rd, actually. That's where the army is. There we go, in the main now, and that's so much damage so quickly.
Trouble. A Thor is about to pop from this factory, and they are quite clumps, so ByuL will need to be careful here. Some cute medevac macro, you know, special. I nearly said major. Special Amaru, pretty cute with their Thor micro with a medevac boost. Could be quite good, but not to be the case.
Double Thor, in fact, on the way, but that starport did die, so he's going to have to hold off on more medevacs. Liberator's not built too commonly against mutas anymore. Like, 4 mutas will still help, or 4 Liberators will help against mutas, but people are very hesitant to make them. Changes coming in here. They want to see if it's available for picking off. So many missile turrets coming down, too. He wants to keep this space alive more than anything else. Not gonna seem possible for ByuL as he backs off.
This is the fresh one. Oh my god, are we watching Maynard right now? Look at this amount of turrets he's making at this 4th planetary. He's just like, guys, I cannot beat Link Blade Meter. I'm gonna cut meters out of the equation by making 5,000 minerals worth of turrets.
The worst alive turrets ever, though. Just like ByuL dodges and weaves, goes straight for the upgrades, and is gonna maybe find +3. Yeah, gets the attack. Nicely done.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's
big run through of Baneling here at the front. Crashing on through. That's going to take out a lot here. SCV transfer, unfortunately, time does go down. 17 SCVs go down. Mutaflock's still alive. You
know, that's a lot of missile turrets, though. That was a bit bold from ByuL. He used a lot of his Banelings on the tanks. If those tanks got any more shots, it would have been much worse. And while he kills 19 workers, it's a 4cc Terran. I mean, ByuL's still in the lead, but that was a little bit just like, I think I can win. Let's go for it. And it was a little dangerous.
Oh, these mutas are actually in a lot of trouble here. They're getting touched up by that Thor. Green's doing the rest. Mutaflock not so great anymore. It's actually almost double the army supply for the Terran.
Yeah, this is dangerous time. 13 meters left over. 14 have died. A whole ton of Lings as well. And count a number of Banelings probably. A lot more on the way, though, and he is even adding on the infestation pick. I mean, Chaos took a really good engagement defensively. Again, I think because ByuL just kind of was like, I can win no matter what. But I'm not sure about offensively. This is going to be tricky.
Yeah, and losing a lot of those mutas, they're kind of stuck in a... They need to come home because he doesn't have enough army to stop this on his own. He's got all these Thors as well. He can soak up the Banelings. The mutas need to just sit on this other side of the map and hopefully pull cars back, but he's not taking the bait. He's going to go for it. His army's slowly moving on creep here. The mutas looking for production, trying to get add-ons, that kind of thing, and they're doing that.
They are.
But will they end the game for ByuL though? Carl's taking his time on the front lines at least.
Right. I mean, he's distracted above all else. Even if he dealt with the mutas, he already has taken so much time to even further clean up creep spread.
There.
Much less, you know, really threaten ByuL. So this is really good damage from the mutas.
For sure. ByuL giving himself a good chance here. The worker count for ByuL pretty healthy. He's starting to get his army count up there a little bit as well. Yeah, and Kars now just starting that offensive. Clearing up this creep tumor, scanning, getting ahead. Getting what he can. A lot of Lings and Banelings here. Medevac's a little bit far back. Ooh, hot pickup. Oh my god, those Banelings.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I mean, the splits, the concaves, it's all good, but the numbers just aren't there. The splash isn't there. Only that single tank. Not even any Marauders to help soak up the banelings either. All the
these are on
tanks.
siege. Oh.
Yeah, on siege, not gonna be able to help too much.
Not like this.
That's a lot
So
of
many
bio
banelings
left
and links
over.
here. Yeah, there's a lot of bio. These banelings can get split and cut them down, and they will. Still a lot of army supply for Kaz somehow. He's producing very, very well, macroing very well.
Mm-hmm. Still on 4 bases with pretty healthy mining. I mean, he lost a lot more SCVs, so he's down to 41, but, you know, he's only mining off of 1.5 bases of mineral line, so that's about what he wanted anyways. But I just wonder if Kaz had his tanks to the front lines, if they had gotten 2 or 3 shots on the banelings, would this have been a game that ByuL felt way too confident in? There's been a couple times where I think a couple of scenarios, and ByuL just is immediately regretting throwing away all of his banelings, but he's still looking good, as is. Still an okay army supply.
And it looks like he's gearing up for Broodlords as the I said Brood Wars, Broodlords as the end game tech here. He's got the hive on the way. I haven't seen an Ultraless Cavern. Plenty of Corruptors, so looks to be the case.
You know, he's
going
to take out...
still doing damage. They're going to kill the starport as well.
Second starport. That is still the only starport, too. No second backup one. And the Corruptors are going to take out the Medivacs on the front lines, and that might be a big problem for Kaz if he even gets another engagement after this one.
Yeah, this might be his last shot at it. As good as it looked when his army supply was so far ahead of ByuL's.
Oh my god.
ByuL did everything right to make sure that he stayed there and didn't press the advantage. That's a big doom drop here. Is he going to go straight for the main?
It is entirely unscouted, but I just do not think doom drops are very good versus Zerg, especially like the later the game goes. That is like, it's gonna be tricky. Now you don't have a lot of room to micro, so the banelings roll, and you better hope that you got some splash focus firing on them. Oh, the Thor block was pretty damn cool. I give credit for that
pretty
one.
Nice. Unfortunately, there is just too much Zerg, and the Corruptor's going to take the Medivacs out of the sky as well.
This has got to be it. The Corruptors, yeah, eventually will take down all of these Medivacs. Queen's even helping out a little bit too, and that's finally cost dipping down in that army supply.
That's it. Kaz just, that was his last decision. It was a flashy doom drop into the main. Didn't work out. GG. ByuL getting that game 1 there. Guys, I do apologize. A little bit unprofessional, but I do have to tap out. Thank you very much for all of your time. My throat HP. I'm taking damage. My shields are down.
It's all good. That was a long game, so I understand.
Yeah, sorry about that, but you know, I have learned very recently that ZG is quite good at solo casting, so we'll continue to watch from the bedroom.
Thank you very much. Well, thank you so much for being here. Feel better.
I'll do my best. Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed. See you soon.
Bye. Yeah. Just gonna get rid of that. I guess I can just leave it like that, I suppose. And maybe if the cat comes in later. Nugget, 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 Nugget. She doesn't know her name. Nugget. She really doesn't know her name. She's over there. She might eventually come to the hammock, but yeah. It was nice of Maynard to help me out anyways for the, you know, just, I mean, it's been 3 hours actually, so that's sometimes even a broadcast in and of itself, and he has been feeling not so great, so appreciate him doing what he could. But the rest is up to me. Well, for some time anyways. This is the last series in this group. ByuL versus Cass. Hearthstone already got out. This is the decider match. And then in another group, I believe Group D, Snoot, Sake, Major, and Bly. And then I think that's about the time that Rifting's going to come in and take over. So, still a lot more hours. But at least we swapped it up a little bit. ByuL had to restart. It's taking a few more seconds. Second is Cactus Valley. She doesn't know what her name is, but she does know this sound. There you go. Hello. Hi. Come here. He's a good girl. I think she walks kind of derpy. I wish I could show you guys. I think she has like a pigeon toe thing going on there. It's pretty cute. Is you purring? You purring. You're so cute. You're so tiny. You're so cute and tiny. Purring. It's okay, you can leave now. Trying to get the lobby up. Okay, I think that's everyone. Kalas just needs to ready up. She's so soft. I think ZG does the best solo cats. That's true. Okay, finally ready up. And Nugget leaves me, so perfectly timed. ByuL versus Kas. Potentially the last game in this series, in this group. And then on to the next one. I don't know if they're going to take a break between groups or just go right into it or what, but I'm good for either one. I'm alright. I'm okay, guys. I can do this. It's getting a little warm, but I'm alright. Second game of the series. In the top left, up 1. He is the red Zerg, ByuL. And top right is the blue Terran. He is Kas. Oh, I missed some resubs and, of course, all the bits that have been happening. Thank you very much. Thank you to TJA, oh boy, 1980 for the 26-month resub. Growing my hair out for Maynard Dreads. It's happening. That's gonna take quite some time. And will it ever be as glorious? Good luck, sir. Or ma'am? You both could do it. If only Queens had more range for 11 months. If only turrets had more range. Well, you know, Kas really should have been going for his missile turret upgrades. That was the real problem there. And then Bit Wrench for 31 months. And the continuing Bit Wars, Montian, Jimmy Jam Jars, Black Pajama. Nope, it's singular. Black Pajama, just singular. Alright then. Hope these bits are useful. Well, I appreciate them for sure. Along with ad revenue, that is the stuff we were taking out for us, so it's nice. I wish I could do something a little cooler to hype up the fact that it's my birthday, to be honest, but I don't really know if I want to go down and drink. I mean, my dad still is at home, you know, hasn't gone off to work yet, and I don't want him judging me too harshly, you know. Hard to say, hard to say. Rifkin and I just agreed to kind of cut it in half. It might be half, it might be more on, like, you know, me, because the decision to play out the last group oh, whoopsie daisy, didn't mean to do that. Is something that they're going to decide a little bit later, depending how late every other group goes. So they're going to do it off stream or on stream, and they'll decide, you know, much later. So definitely by the time that I'm gone, because I think kind of the plan is to go for 2 and 2. But if that last group doesn't play out, then it's 2 and 1. That's fine. Rifkin is still a little bit sick, so I don't mind doing most of the solo casting. And Manor did help for quite some time, so much appreciated. But Lings, once again, caught by the Reaper, but ByuL isn't going for just the Lings like last game, the 2 Lings rather. He is following up with a lot more Lings, something that he did in the last series that they played, and it was very effective, kept Kas on the defensive for far too long. Seems it might be the same case. I mean, the Reaper, as you know, we kind of talked about earlier, just has so many roles to play. It's got to both defend against early Lings, but then also get the scout in case there's more Lings or there's roaches, and it's very tough to do both. You have to be already on the way over, catch the Lings, and continue going over, which obviously he took a bit of time to catch them in the middle of the map, so he missed the Lings entirely. Hellions aren't being micro. They are partially surrounded, but they don't last very long if they're touched once. Don't touch me. So they go down pretty quickly, and yeah, that micro, you can only do so much, especially with 2 Hellions. 2 more are going to pop out, and it does stop them from getting into that main base. It gets in the main base, that's just tap out time right then and there. But already the fact that the natural has to be lifted is good damage from ByuL. Reaper almost dead, shouldn't be getting any drones. 2 SCVs died. Not the biggest part about this push, it really is the fact that the command center is not mining, and it's not building SCVs. So at a certain time, it's a really tough decision to make for the Terran player, but it's either, you know, risk it dying and being having to be lifted again, or and build SCVs, or just leave it up in the air for an extended period of time. ByuL follows up with a 2-base layer. Now, he has been going for a Roach Tour in almost every single game, if not... Yeah, every single game. Last game he went for it, but didn't actually use it. So, I wonder if he will go for a Negative Storm with this, or a 2-base Spire. He got eyes on the... Okay, I guess he's a little paranoid and decided he wasn't. Oh, you know what? He's... Yeah, so I think... I was gonna say, he got eyes on the build and saw... I guess that is the barracks. So he didn't see the starport. He saw a tech lab on a factory. Maybe he was a little paranoid that, well, a variety of things really could have happened, but yeah, there just wasn't enough production to really go for an armory, you know, Hellbat attack, or even Banshees. He could have. Koss could have, but he instead went for that Raven. And ByuL would have been plenty fine if it was Banshees too, because he already has the access to Overseers, and Queens do decent enough against Banshees anyway. But it is that Raven, so hopefully this will be able to dip in and dip out multiple times. Cactus is definitely not the absolute best map for it. Not like Abyssal, but it you know, there's some opportunity here. Thank you to Phoenix636 for the 24-month resub. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Raven does set those auto turrets down, gets a fair number of drone kills. Again, this is all energy based, so any drone kills is good. And then a few lings, so not too shabby there. Overseer comes in here and scouts confirmation of what was going on, because otherwise he had only seen a second barracks, and, you know, not even the starport, just all the Raven. So that confirms that it's ByuL, which, I mean, there's not usually much question, but still, and that there is an attack incoming. There could have been a 3rd CC, and that would have changed the timings for sure. There could have been medevacs, you know, already on the way, which they now are already on the way. It was a good scout from ByuL, as he does need to know what he has to go for, right? Like, if it was a 3rd CC and it was pushed off, maybe he goes to the mutas first. But because he saw the attack incoming, he holds off on the mutas and just goes for banelings and lings. And if he takes care of this attack easy enough, he'll have enough minerals and gas to make definitely a good amount of mutas. And it looks like this is going to be taken care of pretty easy peasy. Almost loses the medevac. That would have been really bad, really, for the Terran player. So at least that is saved. But pushed off. 3rd CC only about halfway done. Wall successfully up and ready to go. But now ByuL should have time to get mutas, to get upgrades, to get creep spread. I mean, his queen count isn't very high. Just 2 extra, I guess, suppose, on the front lines, but, you know, still enough, and they didn't even really have to use transfuses on each other. So, it's a good standing for ByuL here, for sure. These aren't going to be too bad as Hellbats, considering that ByuL is going Mutilating Bling, but still no armory. There it is. A little bit late. Well, not really, I guess. He didn't go for double engineering bay. But I do think he wants them to be Hellbats on the front lines. He wants them to be a little bit of a scary push, because otherwise, I don't know if this is a big enough army to be scary. Even then, 3 Hellbats is really not that much of an addition. There are, you know, I think plenty of banelings available. They have speed, they have some creep spread to go on. If there's really good micro, maybe it's not enough, so yeah, ByuL just makes a couple more. Ling, counterattack, looking for that 3rd CC. Doesn't necessarily find it. If it attacked maybe 5-10 seconds later, the SSVs would have been transferred, and that would have been absolutely fantastic for ByuL. But he still has cast distracted, and that in itself is usually pretty good. Not a lot of creatures off to the left side, but just so many banelings. The Widow Mines are definitely the threatening part here, and the Hellbats can certainly soak up quite a few as well, but he actually sends the Marines in first, and the Widow Mines aren't burrowed. The last one gets a shot off on nothing but banelings, but only 3 or 4. An okay amount of Marines left over, but 3rd CC still not being mined from. Baneling's just barely not able to touch the Marines. Cost, that wasn't really that bad. It sucks about the Widow Mines that they couldn't get any shots off, because if they did, then maybe this kind of snowballs. The 3 of them just ended up soaking a couple Banelings instead. Not ideal. But Cost trying not to let up the aggression. ByuL finally getting to those mutas. I thought he would get to them a lot sooner, but took the attack very seriously. And apparently he really should have. It's a little close to being overpowering. The 3rd CC is finally secured. Got a lot of reinforcements coming in here. Still no Marauders, so nothing really to, you know, micro forward and put on the front lines. And those usually get started, you know, you start to add those in 1 at a time, and then maybe even 3 at a time if you get up to a perfect macro game. But he's holding off. 2nd factory on the way. Cost did play to the 4th base very quickly last game. He didn't mind the macro game. And these are better positions than Cross for Cost. It's kind of hard to say. Cross, Cass, Chris. Creep spread, do be very good for Cost to keep this in check. This is going to be a huge point of contention later on, I do believe, with Widow Mines. It's not tanks setting up on this choke, but it is still Widow Mines maybe over here, and maybe a Thor over here, blocking the ramp a little bit. It could be really good. But Lings are allowed in. The Widow Mine does a terrible job at stopping them. You suck, Widow Mine. Oh, Banelin's got good connections on those Marines, too. And while he doesn't have to clean this up, he's already lost his natural mineral line entirely down to 35 SCVs. Definitely not ideal, especially if his plan was to try and just get a good macro game from this. You know, he just got enough minerals without enough 4th CC, but now they have to go into replacing SCVs. Mutas are now coming into the main base as well. Not the same as the 21 last game, but got close to it. 20 go right for that missile turret. They can go for the upgrades, they can go for the reactors, they can go for anything. Thank you very much to TvZ for the 1,000 bits. Happy birthday, ZG. Use these bits to buy you and your dad a shot at the nearest bar. That's, you know, 9 in the morning. Gotcha. Thank you very much, though. Maybe I'll use that tonight at Korean barbecue. Thor does pop out, but just a little bit of micro should be able to take care of that. And Chaos is just all inning with the force on the front. Down 70 overall supply. No way to deal with the mutas. Is looking grim. He's gonna get the 4th base just because ByuL is entirely out of position. But he doesn't even have to be. I mean, Cost, he would be right if he had a real shot here. If he had a real army against ByuL, he would probably be in the right to skip that 4th base. But you know, he's just running into a big, humongous Baneling army. GG, well played. ByuL does advance out of this group as anticipated, but in 2nd place, which was not what most people would think. Hearthstone was able to take the 2-1 of the winners, so Hearthstone and Cost both getting out of this. Damaga, or Hearthstone and ByuL both getting out of the group. Cost and Damaga both already out. So ByuL and Hearthstone go to day 2, group stage 2. That'll be tomorrow, and we go on to group D. Snoots, Sake, Major, and Bly. I'll have to check which one comes first or if we'll take a break. So as soon as I have information, I'll come back and tell you guys. But for now, I'm gonna go to a break.